Hi everybody, happy Thursday. Okay, so my title and the hashtag are basically the best parts of today's episode, but I'm going to talk about everything. But it might be a short video, so just so you're warned. Um, okay, the first story is Lily and Billy. And he's trying to warn her against hiring her ex husband Kane to help her out because he says, "Why would you hire somebody who hurt you in the past? Don't you think that they would hurt you again?" And she says, "Okay, thanks for looking out for me, but do you know how insulting that is? Because it makes me feel like you don't believe I can make my own choices." And I was like, "Yes." Okay, which is really weird for me because I usually like Billy and I give Jason Thompson all the credit. But man, today's storyline was like, what? Okay. And then the other storyline is Phyllis. Phyllis wants you to feel bad for her because she lost everything. She lost everything despite doing the right thing. At what point? At which point, after she said that, I said, "It took a long time for you to do the right thing. So hello." And then she's talking to Victor about whatever, and she says, "Are you sure there's no cash?" And he's like, "There's no cash." And then Lauren, trying to be the voice of reason, Tracy E. Brinkman, yay! Okay, trying to be the voice of reason says, "Don't you think that he always wants the upper hand and he doesn't want to give that up? You thought about that?" And she's like, "Yeah, but it's gonna be no problem, no problem." I'm like, "Oh, you set yourself up for disappointment on that one. You can't blame anybody but yourself on that one." Okay, then the thing that caught my attention, and I was like, "Holy, whew." Okay, the reason why Joshua Morrow gets my hashtag is, wow, can that man act? Okay, and I've known it for a long time, but you don't understand the fact that they don't hardly give him something to act with. Okay, like a good storyline. This is dynamite. Okay, so it answers two questions. Well, actually three. He actually is going to meetings, so check. The reason why he didn't go to the soft launch of the whatever was because he thought he would be triggered, so check. And Joshua Morrow is just aces, man. Okay, so he's at the meeting, right? And he's talking to somebody, and like, you know how, okay, for anybody who hasn't been to any kind of meeting like that, I happen to know that the beginning of any um, thing like that is you have to introduce yourself and say, "Hi, I'm, you know, and I am an addict," or whatever the case is. Okay. And so he does that, and I'm like, "Oh, he's gonna speak." And I was like, "What is he gonna say?" Then he says, "Well, I almost lost my life in front of my family and my ex wife and the person I don't like the most and want to unalive saved my life." And I was like, whoa. I mean, true, but wow. Okay. The reason I'm having such a reaction here is once again going into my acting school ish. Okay. Because I only have a couple of friends who are actors. But when you get the right lines and the right delivery, it's dynamite. Okay? Because I talk about the words on the page all the time. I do. I know I do. But there's a second component to this, delivery. If the words are on the page but the delivery is blah, it doesn't matter. When you get both, it's like, oh man. Okay, if that man does not get an Emmy for 2027, there's something wrong with you guys. Whoa. Um, yeah, it was that good. And then the other like semi-story was everybody talking about the launch to everybody else, yada yada yada, whatever. So yeah, there's your rehash or there's your recap. So I don't know. They only have one more day this week, so I really don't think they're gonna open something up. Although there was one scene with Roger Howard, and he was having a meeting with Victor about when are we going to start the plan to do whatever with this guy. And then he also says, I want to do what you want me to do, but also get redemption. And then that was it. And then it was in scene in the whole episode. So, yeah, I can't wait for that to happen. Roger Howard is gonna shine as always. Um, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. But as I was saying, it's Friday tomorrow, so I really don't think they're gonna open anything up new. I mean, I like it when they finish out something and then they start something new on Monday. But then again, if they want to go with the cliffhanger, they might do something a little differently than I said. But I don't know which way they're gonna go. So, all right, bye guys.